Hello everyone, this is part 5 of What If Naruto and Hinata Moved In Together, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Naruto-kun. What time is it? It's 5, he said. Hinata smiled and came closer to him. Why are you so happy? Because we still have 2 hours before we have to get ready and go, and with that. Hinata was cooking. After they ate breakfast, Naruto and Hinata made their way to the stadium. When they reached there, Tsunade was on a platform ready to make her announcement. After everyone settled down, she began. Welcome to the Junin exams. This will a tournament between Leaf Ninjas alone. There are 2 ways to become Junin. Either you are automatically raised to Junin level by the Hokage, or you qualify in this test. This test will begin in half an hour, so please be ready. And with that she got down and walked off. She wanted to personally wish Naruto good luck, but she was Hokage, she wasn't supposed to be biased. At least, not in front of the Elders Council. Hinata, if we end up fighting each other, Naruto-kun, I would expect you to treat me like any other enemy. I don't want you to hold back on me. Because I'm not going to hold back on you. And she him. Naruto, it's the only way we can respect each other. He placed his arm around her shoulder and squeezed it tightly. I know, he said quietly. Her again, he said, but I hope we don't. She nodded. I do, too. Hey, Naruto, what's up? Kiba came along with Shino, Lee, Tenten, Neji, and Sakura. All 8 original rookies were there. Hey guys, you're all still Chunin. Ha, nah. Shino, Lee, Shikamaru, and Neji are already Junin. They're just here to watch. But the rest of us are. Naruto nodded. I heard the top 10 candidates are going to be Junin. Shino nodded. That's what I heard as well, only, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, and I heard the top 3 are going to be team leaders. Sakura said. I eavesdropped on Tsunade-sama. Naruto was ecstatic. Seriously? Alright, I'm gonna lead my own team. How do you know you'll win? Tenten asked. It's Naruto. Sakura, Kiba, and Shino said. Ah, right, forgot about that. I wonder how the Junin training stadium is going to look like. Tenten added. Well, you won't have to wonder much longer. Here comes Tsunade-sama. They were all giving him the, say what? Look, what? And he walked off. All right, settle down folks. There are 50 applicants here. Naruto and Kiba. First match. Naruto and Kiba both grinned, eager to get on with the fight. Hinata came to him with a pleading look in her eyes. I know, you're his old teammate. I won't, you know. She smiled. Thanks, Naruto-kun. Naruto nodded. Naruto walked up to the stadium facing Kiba. The arena was huge. It provided plenty of space, and Naruto loved this. He could mess with audience burst out into cheers. He could recognize many from Sakura's club, and others from his daily walks. Unfortunately, Miki wasn't there. He faced Kiba. You ready for this, Kiba? Kiba pet Akamaru. Oh, we're ready, alright. And don't worry, I'm not going to use the underestimating excuse this time. Why? Got a different excuse this time. Bring it, Loudmouth. Hey. Naruto pointed to Kiba. That's Mr. Loudmouth to you. And you know what? Mr. Loudmouth's gonna give you an ass whooping you'll never forget. Naruto simply waited for him to make the move this time. Kiba and Akamaru transformed into wild beasts and rushed at Naruto. Naruto charged a Rasengan at him, but Kiba and Akamaru used Wild Beast Spin Jutsu which made them into one single torpedo and they see through Naruto, but Naruto was only a shadow clone. After 4 months of training, Naruto had gotten to be or less as fast as Itachi in Jutsus. True, they had gotten to be about equal. Itachi was still a little bit stronger in using Genjutsu, though, but that was compensated by Naruto's stamina. Damn, he's fast, Kiba thought. Suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, Naruto came and pounded Akamaru, not without a loss, though. Kiba had seen him coming with enhanced senses due to a soldier pill, and Kiba had clawed him, but this Naruto, too, was only a shadow clone. It's impossible to tell then. Kiba realized. At this speed, I won't be able which one's a shadow clone. It seems Kiba has realized why the shadow clone jutsu is a forbidden one. Kakashi thought. Your student's getting the royal ass treatment. Kakashi said to Kurine. Kurine nodded. True, she agreed. But this fight is far from over. Kakashi grinned. No, I think it's going to be over soon. Naruto hasn't even activated it yet. Otherwise, people in the audience would notice. He chuckled. Kiba and Akamaru bent down low, as if stalking. Suddenly, Naruto stood in front of them. Kiba. Threat level 10. Jutsus. Torpedo Assault no Jutsu, Beast Stalker no Jutsu, Morphing no Jutsu. Akamaru. Threat level 10. Jutsus. Torpedo Assault no Jutsu, Beast Stalker no Jutsu, Demonic Fang no Jutsu. I see. The Torpedo Assault Jutsu is more powerful if two people do it. Akamaru, it's only a shadow clone. It smells different than the real Naruto. Akamaru barked. Yeah, since he's hiding his scent, he's either hanged, or he's smothered himself in something. Kiba agreed. Suddenly, Akamaru used his demonic fang to get Naruto in the shoulder. Naruto was beat rather heavily. However, Naruto reflected it with his absolute defense. The whole point was to get Akamaru away from Kiba where he wouldn't be defended. Naruto rammed a Rasengan into Akamaru's head. Akamaru was unconscious the next second. Naruto was confident Akamaru didn't feel any pain. The attack itself didn't last very long, and Akamaru was unconscious before the attack was even done. Right after, Naruto switched himself with a shadow clone. Kiba came from behind and clawed Naruto, only to have Naruto explode in his face, literally. Damn. Another one. But it smelled just like Naruto. Kiba was then whacked from underneath. Damn. It smelled just like you though. I used your own strength against you. If it smelled like me, you would think it had to be me. Answer: I faked my scent. Haha. Nice match. Kiba said before falling unconscious. Winner, Uzumaki Naruto. Sakura stared at Naruto. Naruto wasn't just good, he was amazing. His clothes made his seem almost godlike. Looking incredible, Naruto's looks were matched or even surpassed by his skill. Sakura would only see flashes of him, but she was dazzled. However, Naruto was only as good as, or perhaps a little better than, most Junin, and after seeing the Hokage fight, seeing Naruto fight shouldn't have been so exciting, but, hey, love changes things, and in this case, love changes things a lot. As he went back up to the stands, Sakura stared at the one she loved. He had changed so much. And, perhaps that was why he didn't love her anymore. Naruto went back up the stands to Hinata and hugged her. Good job. Thanks. I have a feeling I'm gonna be on a roll today. Do you know why? Of course. Today's the day both of us accomplish our dream. She seemed curious. Today, I proved to Konoha what a ninja I am. Today, you prove to your clan what a ninja you are. And, today, he said placing an arm around her shoulder, and is the day we become Junin. She rested on his shoulder, enjoying everything about him. They sat together and watched, listening to his comments and making her own in between. The next two matches were between two unknown ninjas. Then, the match was between Sakura and another unknown ninja, a boy. Sakura easily defeated the boy. The next 5 matches were also between unknown ninjas. The next match was between Tenten and an unknown student. Tenten won. The next 10 matches were also between unknown ninjas. Then, it was Hinata's turn. Naruto K for confidence. Hinata, he said, pointing to a man on the other end. Hinata followed Naruto's finger to a man in the audience. Oh, no. Her face visibly paled. Hinata, he said, looking into her eyes lovingly but sternly. You are going to prove that man wrong, today, he said, and her. Today, you prove the world wrong. Hinata smiled. Naruto-kun, I've been waiting my entire life for this day. Today, we prove the world wrong, she confidently. Naruto smiled. Go and get, M. Hinata jumped down and stared at her opponent. She activated her Byakugan. Immediately, her opponent rushed at her, but Hinata waited for the right time and hit him square in the chest, gentle fist style. Her opponent coughed out blood and stood there, recuperating from the blow. While he did that, Hinata rushed at him with a kunai and stabbed him. But he managed to counter. he kicked her in the head and used a jutsu which sealed her chakra, at the cost of most his chakra. But Hinata wasn't done yet. She used the kunai and got him while he was resting from using that much chakra at once. The seal broke and Hinata's chakra was freed again. She ran to him and used the heavenly spin technique to end the battle. She looked at her father, but he simply looked at her stolidly. Going back up to the stands, she rejoined Naruto. Naruto hugged her. All right, Hinata-chan. You showed him. Hinata blushed heavily because he said her name so loudly. Naruto looked at her, saw that she was tomato red, and sat down. Good job, he told her. You were awesome. She hid herself from the staring faces by burying herself in Naruto. Naruto chuckled and hugged her tightly. The next 4 matches ended very quickly, and that summed up the first round of the tournament with 25 people out. However, the Hokage stepped up once again. We've assessed your performance, and we have decided due to lack of time, another 5 will be disqualified. Tough. Kakashi came up now. Contestants 50, 32, 29, 3, and 14 are disqualified. The contestants whined, made several comments, and walked out of the stadium. All right, there will be a half an hour break for you to relax, as well as the audience to stretch their legs, and, well, do whatever they need to do. If the contestants aren't there when their match comes, they will be disqualified. Tsunade said and walked away. All right, so all of us except Kiba made it. For the rookies, we're doing pretty good. Naruto said. Yeah, the first Chunin exam. Brings back some good memories. Sakura said. I'm pretty sure we're going to make it. Tenten said. After the break was over, it was time for the second round, 10 matches. It was Naruto against an Ukknown ninja. Naruto easily won against this ninja. Running up to her, he disappeared and reappeared right behind her. But she used the body flicker jutsu to appear at the other end. Naruto made shadow clones which remained hidden. Running up to her, he threw a kunai at her, which she returned it to him, but he simply caught it. As she landed, she used a fire jutsu at him, but dodged and had his shadow clone knock her out with a kunai. The match had been all too easy, and Naruto was yearning for a good match. The next match was between Sakura and another ninja. Sakura caught him in a rather advanced genjutsu right at the beginning, which allowed her to win easily. The next 2 matches were between unknown ninjas. The next match was between an unknown ninja and Tenten. Tenten actually lost, much to the rookies' disappointment. The next 5 matches were also between unknown ninjas, and, finally, it was Hinata's turn. She, too, won rather easily. All it took was 1 hack and the boy was down. The next 2 matches were between unknown ninjas. However, what truly disturbed Naruto was that 2 of the ninjas were wearing masks. True, they had been tested to see if they were Konoha ninjas, and they were. But it seemed all too strange for Naruto. Nevertheless, under Hinata's persuasion, he put it to the back of his mind. Congratulations. You 10 ninjas are now, officially, Junin. Any who feel they're too tired to fight may quit. As for those who want to continue, the top 3 will become teachers and take on 3 pupils. Those who want to quit, may do so now, simply come to me, and mark off your name. As for the others, you have a half-hour break. That is all. All right, so the rookies, well, at least some, are still in. Me, Hinata, and Sakura-chan are gonna become those teachers. Totally. Sakura noticed how Naruto put her name after Hinata's. I'm sorry, Naruto, but I'm not going to be able to teach. Sensei only wanted me to become Junin. I could never train 3 students, as I'm needed by the hospital as well as Sensei to help around. I'm sorry, Naruto. Naruto nodded. I understand, Sakura-chan, medical ninja stuff, eh? It's okay. One day, I'm sure you, too, will have an apprentice. She smiled sadly. I hope so, Naro. I hope so. Well, I'll be cheering you and Hinata on from the stands. She looked at him sadly and went off to the Hokage. Right before she left, Naruto's eyes met hers, and what he saw did not make him happy. He could recognize pain, he had felt it for the most part of his life, and he knew Sakura was feeling pain. And the worst part was, she was feeling a very similar pain to what he had felt, only, he saw there something else in her eyes. A sort of happiness. Only, there was a mix of happiness in it as well, and this only happened in 2 situations that he could think of. Either someone was regretting what they had done in the past, and they had an end to the pain, or they were going through pain, but they knew it was for the best. And from the looks of her face, Naruto was guessing it was the second. I need to talk to her later. Neji came now. Hinata-sama. Neji-nisan. How are you? I am doing fine. May I have a word with you in private? Hinata looked to Naruto, and Naruto nodded. I need to talk in private myself. Sure, thank you. And Neji and Hinata went off. Naruto went to Sakura, who was sitting underneath a palm tree. Hey, he said. Hey, she replied. Why so down? This isn't like you at all. I'm surprised you even noticed, she grumpily. He came, sat down, put an arm around her, and said, well, I'm a surprising guy. She sighed. Look Naruto, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I was a little grumpy, sad, annoyed, everything. I'm sorry. Hey, it's okay. We all have good and bad days. There are days when I'm not myself. And people cheer me up. So, what's on your mind? Realization, I suppose. You realized something. I'm guessing it's something bad, eh? She remained quiet for a long while. It's time for you to go. There's no point in becoming a Junin if my friends aren't there to share my happiness with me. She looked at him for a great while and began crying. Please, just leave. Naruto, go on. Naruto saw there was no point in arguing and simply left. Hinata-sama. About this Junin exam. Please, don't get hurt. Don't worry, I won't. I'm not worried about Naruto, he and I have already discussed that. Neji shook his head. Hinata-sama, I've been made head of the branch house. That's great, Nisan. Yes, and I wanted you to know, if you become the head of the main house, you have my complete and total support. I believe in your abilities to lead a clan, and I believe in your ideals. Hinata hesitated for a moment, then nodded. Thank you, Nisan. And father wants me to lose, doesn't he? And he's going to come up with an excuse to get me out, isn't he? Hanabi. Neji said sadly. So, Hanabi is in this tournament. Neji nodded. Thank you, Nisan. Neji smiled sadly. Hinata, please, be careful. Hinata smiled. Don't worry, Naruto-kun and I have done some training. And with that she left. Today will indeed be the day when Naruto-kun and I show the world. And with that she left. How do you think I feel? Hey, I'm guessing you're feeling exactly how Naruto felt when you blew him off all those years. Kakashi said quietly. At this Sakura began crying even more, but, nevertheless, she nodded. Exactly. Sakura, you know he loves Hinata. She nodded through her tears. But what you don't know, is that he loves you, too. You hold a place in his heart that could never be taken by anyone. All of us do. He doesn't treat you as a friend like he treats the others. That's because you're more to him than that. You were one of his first friends. And now, you've grown to being his sister. More than his sister, in fact. You are part of his very life. I heard that speech he made, too. And believe me, it was heartfelt. And he fights to protect you, me, Hinata, this village, and everyone in it. Everyone except himself. He does love you, Sakura. So, I suggest you love him back. She looked at her sensei, smiled, and wiped her tears. Thanks, sensei. Kakashi nodded. As Naruto was walking back, he met up with Hinata. So, how'd it go? She smiled. Good. As you said, today's the day we show the world. I'm excited, she said happily. Naruto her. Good. You should be. She hugged him. It's you who made me so. Hey, Naruto. A voice called from behind. Naruto turned around. Sakura-chan. Hi. She came and ruffled his hair. You didn't think I'd miss you kicking ass, did you? I wouldn't miss it for the world. Naruto smiled. All right. There are 6 people left. The first round of the finals will be regular, and the last round will be 3-person fight, every ninja for him or herself. Let's go. Suddenly, Naruto felt his curse seal almost sink into his body. It was like all bonds were broken, and no, it was a part of him. Damn. The curse seal's gotten used to my body. Meaning the grace period is over. Now that my body's used to it, Orochimaru can control my body. Shit. I just hope Orochimaru doesn't know the grace period is over. Naruto faced his opponent, A girl this time. Naruto decided to go all out for 1 second and finish this so that he could tell Jiraiya. Naruto charged his chakra as he rushed at her. Suddenly, he used the body flicker to disappear, and reappear right in front of her. He used the Menkyu and it was over. She was unconscious immediately. The medical ninjas rushed her to the hospital. Shit. Immediately in pain, Naruto gripped his thigh. It was burning incredibly. Naruto had held back a little, any more and she may have gotten to a critical condition. He had lost a lot of chakra, but he had more than enough time to rest and regain it. As he walked up, clenching his thigh, he made a mental note of the effects of the curse seal. While it provided great chakra, it could only be used if he had sickbed to it, and if that should happen, Orochimaru would have total control over his body. At his current state, Orochimaru could activate it, cause him pain, and torture him into giving in, but Orochimaru could not control his body. Directly at least. He went to Jiraiya and explained everything while Hinata went down for her fight. I see. If that is the case, the only relief would be either the death of Orochimaru, which you cannot do in this state, or the obtaining the healer's scroll. It is a legendary scroll said to contain the healing technique of every curse and seal in existence. However, it's been destroyed. And I know of one person who knows this technique. Or, knew. It depends on whether or not she's alive. Naruto nodded. I see. And who was this person? Evil sealing method. Jiraiya used a jutsu. It'll seal it up for about a day. At most. Jiraiya then motioned towards the stadium. As for her, I'll tell you later. It was time for Hinata's match. Hinata walked down to the arena. The ninja with the mask came down and faced her. Hanabi, please, we don't have to do this. The ninja took off her mask, showing that it was, indeed, Hanabi. Hey, trying to get away from fighting because you're too scared, eh? No, I don't think so. After I win, I will become the main house leader. Hanabi, you're making a wrong choice. Please, listen to me. I already told you no. You're so cowardly. I refuse to even call you my sister. Hinata's eyes saddened. Hanabi, what are you gonna do about it? Go run to your boyfriend. Hinata closed her eyes, and when she opened them, her Byakugan was activated. Sister, I am sorry you feel this way. Begin. Tsunade shouted. Hanabi activated her Byakugan and ran at her opponent. Hinata waited for the opportunity. As soon as her sister came near, Hinata used the body flicker jutsu to come right behind her, and she threw a kunai at her. Hanabi jumped over the kunai towards her sister, but landed right into Hinata's trap. Immediately, 5 more kunais were thrown at her. She used the heavenly spin technique to block them all. However, while she was spinning, Hinata ran at her, and as soon as Hanabi stopped, Hinata made an attack. However, Hanabi ducked and countered, but Hinata simply made a kick to Hanabi's face. Hanabi dodged and made an attack to her chest, but Hinata used the heavenly spin this time and blocked Hanabi. Hanabi landed. Getting up, Hanabi made some hand signs and said, heavenly air style, summoning no jutsu. She didn't even use a scroll. Soon after, a katana appeared in her hands. Taking that, she ran at Hinata and made a thrust. Hinata ducked and dodged it, but she was hit back and landed 5 yards away. I dodged it though. Is that kite and the heavenly spirit's katana? But only the leader, oh no. Father. Hinata got up quickly enough, only to find Hanabi making one-handed signs and waving the katana around. Hurricane blade. She yelled and, as a last thrust, pointed the katana to Hinata. Naruto-kun. Thank you. A huge hurricane raged to Hinata. Hinata made some hand signs of her own and said, Juggernaut domination no jutsu. A huge ball of chakra shaped like a lion raged towards Hanabi and literally trampled the hurricane and kept going towards Hanabi. Hanabi simply blocked with her blade, but she was not prepared for what was to come next. As Hinata landed, she used the body flicker to come behind Hanabi to make a thrust. Unfortunately, Hanabi had seen it in time using her Byakugan and dodged, and then countered with the blade. Luckily, Hinata had been able to jump away in time before she was hit by the air blade that came out of the weapon. Hinata ran at Hanabi as fast as she could. She didn't even know how fast she was going, as wind rushed at her face and made tears come down from her eyes, but she didn't care. She was focused on getting to Hanabi. Hinata on the offensive. That's rather strange, Kurine thought. Hinata and Hanabi exchanged sequences, but Hinata got faster and faster and more powerful with every blow. Soon, Hanabi was just barely able to keep up, and she was using all her chakra on her taijutsu, whereas Hinata wasn't using any. Hinata rushed at her sister going incredibly fast, dodging and before the dodge was even complete, counterattacking, and then coming back to a defensive position, only for a second, and then jumping over her sister and countering. How the hell is this bee even keeping up me? Hanabi thought. Incredible. She's as fast as Lee when he has only 1/3 of his weights on. Guy thought. Lee wears 600 kilograms. She's as fast as he is when he's only wearing 200 kilograms, and what's more is that, she's getting even faster. Unbelievable. I've never seen Hinata like this. This is amazing. Kurine thought. Now, Hinata will finish this. Naruto smiled. Body Fleece Seeker, she said as she used it 3 times consecutively to get Hanabi off track. Then, coming from behind, she made a clean hit to the chest, gentle first style, making Hanabi cough out blood. Then, she kicked her. Hanabi landed 10 yards away, face first, into the ground. Then, running to her opponent. Hanabi stared at her as she beat heavily. How? She stared at her sister and put the katana down. Because of a dream. Because of a dream of a 4 feet 3 inches boy with blonde hair who said that he would change the Hyuga when he became Hokage. Because of the compassion and comfort from that same boy. It was that boy who, one in the entire Konoha, believed in me, and gave me confidence. When my own family shunned me. When my own family thought I was weak. When my own family hurt me with uncurable by everything but love. And it is that man, the one man who gave me love and compassion to heal my for whom I fight. For whom I dream, for whom I live. While my own family disregards my as even being a member. Honor, duty, and pride. These words have been recited throughout the history of my clan for ages. To every child, these were the first words. To every priest, this was the blessing. To every member, this was the thought that governed their lives. And you lost because you believed in this, Hanabi. I do not blame you, for it is the way you were raised, it is the way every Hyuga was raised. And it is that way that should be changed, father, she said and looked at her father straight in the eye without any hesitation. When you live by this, and only this, you forget to live. You become nothing but machines who we don't enjoy life, father. In fact, we don't even enjoy the gift of happiness in our lives. It is time for a change, father. And I have decided to become the heir to the Hyuga. Neji has supported me fully in my decision, and from today, we are changing the Hyuga. From today, we will stop reminiscing in the past, and start living in the present. Because of a boy's dream, and a boy's love, hundreds of people's lives will be made better, father. If you do not see this, then you are as blind as a bat, she said and walked up to the stands as the medics carried her sister. She hadn't her, no, she could never do that, but Hanabi was in a critical conditions. When they finally let go, they looked each other and then turned to the audience. The audience burst out into thunderous applause as they cheered. In fact, Hiyashi had to hide his face, and so he inconspicuously walked out of the stadium. Naruto could sense that Hinata was tired from her match, and so he carried her back. As she rested in his arms, she closed her eyes and snuggled closer to his chest. Naruto-kun, I hope I made you proud. You have made me proud, Hinata. More than anyone else, he said to her ear. He and let her rest. Winner, Hyuuga Hinata. Tsunade shouted. She had a tough time getting the unnecessary message over the booming noise that echoed throughout the stadium. The next match was between 2 unknown ninjas. Surprisingly, the winner of this one, also, had a mask on. Meaning, because Hinata could not fight this round, they had something against Naruto. But who would have a grudge against me? That too a leaf ninja. Naruto pondered this as the match ended. Tsunade now came up to speak again. Due to the fact that Hyuga Hinata is resting, the final match will be a regular one-on-one match. Contestants, would you please step up? Sakura-chan, can you heal Hinata a bit and take care of her? Sure thing, Naruto. Naruto jumped down to face his opponent, who was already in front of him, However, Naruto could tell something wasn't right. The chakra signature of the person in front of him wasn't normal, he couldn't put his finger on it, but he could tell something wasn't right. The chakra seemed to be, almost vile. Naruto immediately activated his bloodline limit, and his eyes scanned. Threat level 19. Jutsus, Flying Thunder God Jutsu, Ryoushagen, Rasengan. Naruto's jaw dropped. He was level 19. That was as strong as Itachi. True, Naruto himself came pretty close after all that training, but level 19. Not only that, but this opponent knew Rasengan as well as his bloodline limit, the Ryoushagen, and as far as he knew, he was the last of his bloodline. Something was wrong here, horribly, horribly wrong. He didn't know what the hell this Flying Thunder God thing was, but he could tell it wasn't going to be pretty. Wait a minute, I'm not yet ready, he said suddenly. Going up, he went to Jiraiya and told him immediately what he felt. Flying Thunder, oh no. Oh god. Jiraiya immediately told Tsunade. I'm evacuating everyone, and she immediately gave a signal to the Anbu members who began evacuating everyone. What? Do you know who it is? Jiraiya seemed extremely solemn look. It's Yondaime. My father who died 16 years ago is down there. Orochimaru. Suddenly, Naruto remembered. Itachi, what have I done for you to grace me with your presence? Sasori, Deidara, and Kisame now came behind Itachi. Ah, my old friends. Orochimaru was now worried. He secretly prepared a jutsu to escape. Soon, all of his chakra was paralyzed. Don't bother, Itachi said. Now, we have a proposition. It was a rather weak and vague memory, as he was tired and a bit far away to hear it all properly. Nevertheless, he remembered it. Orochimaru can summon the D with his forbidden jutsus. Is that why Itachi wanted the proposition? A team. But then why the hell did he train me? He said he needed to. In a matter of months' time. Was he, somehow, expecting this? But if he was, why would he want Orochimaru? He himself said he disliked to train me. It all seems a big waste of effort to train me just to test my strength, as he could have done it himself. Damn it. It's all so damn confusing. Mom. Don't send them away. Then they'll get suspicious, and, if that happens, they'll start panicking if they realize their D-Hokage is here. I suggest you ready the Anbu members. I'll fight him. If I can defeat him, then it'll be over. If I can't, when I give you the signal the Anbu members to take him down. Arrest him. Or some random other excuse. Naruto, your plan is great and all, but you're forgetting this is Yondaime we're talking about. He single-handedly took out 50 people in a battle once. Konoha Yellow Flash. You'll be K in less than an instant. Hey, calm down, okay. I learned from the best. Besides, that's what you should have your Anbu members ready for. Jiraiya-sensei will know what to do. Jiraiya nodded. We'll have to intervene, but there's no other choice. Arashi, please go easy on your son. Naruto took off his 300 kilograms of weights and jumped down. Let's go. The figure was waiting patiently for the fight to begin. Begin. Naruto activated his bloodline limit. His Sora mirror, Ryoushagen, bloodline limit of the Uzumakis. That was all Naruto needed to know. He had the Ryoushagen. He didn't need to know its stats. Naruto made shadow clones at instant speed and they immediately jumped at Yondaime from behind. But Naruto saw his movements. They were as fast as he was, if not a little bit faster. Shadow clone jutsu. So, he decided to use a shadow clone. The shadow clones destroyed Yondaime's shadow clones. Suddenly, Arashi came from behind with a Rasengan, but Naruto, too, had used shadow clones previously. The shadow clones were destroyed, and, right after, Naruto came from behind using the shadow teleportation jutsu, but his father saw it, jumped away, and threw a kunai at him. Naruto dodged the kunai and kept going after his father, but his father used a Kaiten fire jutsu to get Naruto off guard. Naruto blocked with his absolute defense while his shadow clones went after his father. He felt so free without his weights, and he was literally soaring in the air. One clone missed the kick due to a duck, but, immediately following, another rammed a Rasengan into Yondaime's stomach, but it turned out to be just a shadow clone. Yondaime came using the body flicker jutsu and used a lightning prism star jutsu which would have been a fatal attack, but Naruto had been using genjutsu. The attack went on, destroyed all 5 of Naruto's shadow clones, and made a huge dent in the wall. Yondaime was as fast as he was in mostly everything, only, Yondaime didn't hold back anything. Of course, Naruto wasn't holding back now, either, but Yondaime didn't hold back from the beginning. Suddenly, he threw 5 more kunais at Naruto. Those kunais aren't normal. They have writing on them. Like, seal, shit. The audience saw a flash of light which went around the stadium, pummeled Naruto, but Naruto was just a shadow clone. So, looks like I was right. That's how he does his famous yellow flash technique. Flying Thunder God no Jutsu, extremely fast jutsu, unable to be seen properly by even the Sharingan eye, activated by a seal, takes decent amount of chakra. Now, Naruto had seen it, too. And now, a new yellow flash would be born. Naruto came out of the ground after using Ragnarok, learned from Horus, and caused Yondaime to be swallowed into the ground. But it was only a shadow clone. Yondaime came from behind and used a icebreaker jutsu to freeze everything in a 100-yard radius of him and then crack it, but Naruto was in the sky. He had jumped up using his chakra, and came charging down at Yondaime as he fell. However, about 3 yards before reaching Yondaime, Naruto disappeared. A yellow flash was all around the stadium, and then, appearing behind him, Naruto landed a Rasengan, but, in front of him, a shadow clone appeared. Shit. He uses the replacement jutsu to replace himself with the shadow clone. Not a bad idea. Dad, it's time we do some father and son bonding. Naruto now made some shadow clones himself and now used the kunais previously set to his advantage. Suddenly, a whole ton of yellow flashes appeared throughout the stadium, when, suddenly, everything stopped. Yondaime appeared holding a body of Naruto with a shuriken stuck in him. Naruto was D, or so they thought. Naruto came out from behind and rammed his father with a Rasengan. Naruto had used a replacement jutsu during the Flying Thunder God jutsu. Because he was going so fast, all his opponent saw was a flash, and during that flash, he substituted himself with a clone. Had the Yondaime been facing the right way, his eyes would have read replacement jutsu, but even then, it would have been impossible to react at that speed. However, it wasn't over, not even close. Yondaime, too, had received the same training as Naruto had. And Yondaime used the exact same absolute defense to deflect the Rasengan. Shit. After all those moves, all that chakra usage, none of us have even made one blow. Incredible. The speed is too great for even my Sharingan. Kakashi said. I can just barely see their movements. We can't even see their movements. Kurine said in awe. So this is Hokage level fighting. Unbelievable, some Chunins said in awe. Jiraiya, what's happening? Quote. Not one blow. He's actually holding his own. Jiraiya said with a smile. Maybe, just maybe, we might not need the Anbu. Tsunade sighed of relief. Of course, the battle had yet a long way to go, but it was good that he could hold his own. Then, if needed, he could run away. At least then, worst case, Naruto would lose. But he wouldn't now that he could hold his own. Heal live. Yondaime didn't remain motionless for a second, he immediately got into action again and began sequences motion after motions. Naruto, too, was completely absorbed in the fight. Naruto didn't stop to think, brag, or even breathe. He was now fighting completely on instinct alone, the passion in his heart that drove him, the passion in his heart which told what to do, the passion in his heart that forced him to fight. Naruto used jutsu after jutsu that he learned from the monks, and even began using some jutsus he made up. Nevertheless, he couldn't make a single blow, neither could Yondaime, however. They were both tiring, but Naruto had the upper hand, as he had the Kyuubi's chakra to add onto it. Naruto suddenly used the FTG author's note, FTG Flying Thunder God Jutsu, and appeared right in front of Yondaime and immediately activated the Mengekyu. As he was paralyzed for a second, only a second, and that was more than enough for what Naruto needed for a jutsu, Naruto got his chance. Raikiri. And Naruto ended it with a final blow to the heart, and it was over. Dad. Naruto caught his father's body as it fell. Dad. Naruto. You've grown. Good enough to beat your old dad, eh? Kakashi now came. Sensei, your son has your magnificence. Yondaime smiled. I trust you've taken good care of him, Kakashi. Hinata now came. Naruto-kun. Hikei Hinata. Dad, this is Hyuga Hinata. Hinata, this is my father. Naruto, I trust you'll live a good life with her. And accomplish your dreams. Yondaime asked tiredly. Naruto nodded. Hinata, was it? Hinata nodded. Hinata, take this blessing from an old man. And live a happy life with my brat. Okay. She nodded with tears in her eyes. Oh, and Hinata, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid, okay? He said in smiling. Sensei, even in death you joke. Kakashi said smiling, yet he had tears in her eyes. Yondaime tried to chuckle, but B came out of his mouth. Then, everything's settled. And I can leave this world in peace. And he closed his eyes as Orochimaru's jutsu disappeared. Soon, the Junin sensei, Jiraiya, Naruto's friends, and Tsunade all stood around the body in shock. You bear a great resemblance to your father. Jokes, pranks, happiness, unbelievable determination, looks, and the same wisdom. Kakashi said, finally breaking the deathly silence. Naruto nodded. I only hope I've made him proud, he said smiling. I probably even beat his ramen eating record. He said, placing a hand behind his head. That eased everyone's tension and they all smiled as the Hokage took the stage. Naruto-kun, you hide your pain for the sake of everyone else's happiness. Because of that comment, you allowed things to progress. I'm sorry. It's all right, he said quietly so only she could hear. All right, looks like we only have two winners, as the second place winner. Committed suicide. Thus, the winners will be Hyuuga Hinata and Uzumaki Naruto. These two will take on new teams as well. The audience burst out into applause as the exams were finally concluded. Later that night, everyone was gathered at Naruto's house to congratulate him. After all his friends left, only he, Kakashi, and Hinata were left. Why do you think Orochimaru rejoined Akatsuki? Naruto suddenly asked. He probably didn't have a choice. Itachi, Sasori, Deidara, and Kisame against him. He didn't stand a chance. Kakashi said. Yes, but why would Akatsuki let him in? Probably for his jutsu which raised the D. Hinata suggested. Yes, but wouldn't they just raid Konoha and steal the scroll? Perhaps they wanted it as a secret. If they raided Konoha, then all the other countries would be prepared. And that wouldn't be good for them. After all, they're only human, they, too, have a chakra limit. They, too, are mortal. They couldn't stand a chance against three countries. So, they use Orochimaru. Yes, but, what happened to Grass and Mist? Hinata suddenly pointed out. Kakashi shook his head. They have denied the alliance. I suppose they think this upcoming war is a fake. Or they have their own methods of defending themselves. Or they are the enemies. Then, who are the enemies? We don't know for sure at all. All that simply happened. Somebody in Akatsuki came, allowed themselves to be arrested, gave a warning, broke out, and disappeared. What's more is that the allied countries have also been warned. Naruto wondered. I, too, am curious. Why would Akatsuki be inconspicuous and all secret, if they openly come and warn the countries? Kakashi said. You don't think that there's internal conflict within Akatsuki, do you? Hinata nodded. It would make sense. After all, they're all after the Jinchuriki. To cooperate, the leader would have to be the strongest. And even then, the alliance is very weak. All it would take to break out an internal conflict would be the theft of one Jinchuriki. Then, they would start stealing over and over. Yes, but then, who are the teams? Kakashi asked. It seems to be. Itachi seems to be leading the four, Kisame, Sasori, Deidara, and himself. They all listened to him. Naruto pointed out. The other two nodded at this. But what really seems to confuse me, is that Itachi seems to go against himself all the time. First he rescues us. Then he befriends Orochimaru, our enemy. Then, he trains me, telling me I only have a matter of months to get stronger. And finally, he sends Yondaime over here to K me. It all doesn't make sense. All those orders would have been the leaders, wouldn't they? Hinata suddenly said. Naruto and Kakashi nodded, slowly understanding where this was going. And there's a conflict inside Akatsuki. You don't that Itachi and company would be afraid of the leader, do you? Kakashi nodded. It would make sense. He has to follow the leader's orders, and so he does that. But, in secret, he carries out his own to prevent the leader. That's why he trained me. To protect me, I guess. We may share a common enemy, but he's not our ally. They nodded. Then why would he train me? Why would I be so important? I'm just another leaf ninja. He's the one who told you about your bloodline limit, your family, trained you on your weaknesses. It seems to me he knows more than he's willing to tell. Yes, your bloodline limit is of great value, Kakashi said. So we know one thing for sure, Itachi and company are against the leader, and so they go against them in every way. They all nodded. Soon after, they called over Tsunade and Jiraiya and discussed what they found. But think about it, they didn't warn Grass and Mist. Do you think that they've joined up with Akatsuki? It's quite possible, Tsunade said. They all nodded. After that, Naruto and Hinata decided to retire. Meanwhile, Tsunade sent a hawk over to Sand and Lightning to warn them. Naruto and Hinata stood outside her house. Be careful on your missions, she said. K. Will you give me a K when I get back? He said, nuzzling her neck. K. Of course. Naruto smiled and grabbed her closer to him. Then I will. Saying goodbye, they parted ways and Naruto went home. Hinata met Neji and they walked proudly into the Hyuga Hall. Hinata took over her father's room as she claimed her as leader of the main house. Hinata-sama, congratulations. Hinata smiled. Thank you, Neji-san. On the way back, Naruto met Hiashi. Good evening, Hiashi-sama. Hiashi-sama. Yes, that is your name, is it not? Why yes, of course. Uzumaki Naruto. Could I have a word with you? You already have, but, nevertheless, you may have another. Naruto said, smiling. Oh, yes, thank you. Do you think I have failed as a father? What? No. Hinata's the nicest person I know, full of morals, healthy, nice. She's fine. You haven't failed. Yes, but, as she said, it was you who helped her to become who she is. If you believe you have failed Hiashi-sama, I suggest that you go, apologize to your daughter, and ask for her forgiveness. If you do, I'm sure she will forgive you. As you said, she is kind. And, at the stadium, she was angry. Imagine, all her life's pain, frustration, anger, sorrow, and feelings came out in one fight. Do you think she could forgive or even think logically in that situation? Emotion was overwhelming in her. Now that she is calmed down, I am sure she will. It isn't over, Hiashi-sama. The only way it will be is if you end your life, and only cowards do that. I suggest you go, apologize to Hinata, to your clan, and to Neji. If you do this, then I will become your first friend, and support you completely. Hiashi looked at him for a moment and then nodded. Thank you, Naruto-san. Naruto nodded and walked off. Naruto turned around to see Tsunade running towards him. Yeah, Mom. Did you just talk to Hiashi? Yeah, I told him to go and say sorry to Hinata and everyone else, and if he did, I would be his first friend. Tsunade stared at him. You what? Naruto shrugged. Everyone deserves a second chance, he said. To be able to forgive such a person. My God. Well, anyways, you have a mission, your team alone. So, I suggest you pack up and get some rest. Oh, and, Naruto. Yeah, good job. You'll get your new team after this mission. Thanks, he said, smiling. Naruto nodded and went to bed, feeling strangely alone without Hinata. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.